At 100,000 miles, it might be time for you to flush your heater core before rust and dirt particles start to get the upper hand. Today, we're going to flush those contaminants from the heater core using a garden hose and some plastic tubing. Okay, the lines for the heater core are located at the back of the engine compartment. With the air duct removed, we can see where the lines enter the firewall. Coolant enters the heater core through the hose on the right and leaves the heater core through the one on the left. The ears of the spring clamps are angled toward the ground. That means you're going to have to get underneath the car to remove them. It's a long way up from the ground, but I'm able to reach them with a regular pair of pliers. I sprayed some silicone and that's helping the clamps come off a little easier. With these old Saturns, getting the clamps on and off is the trickiest part of the job. Now that the clamps are backed off a bit, we can work from above and pull the hoses off the pipes. The hose on the left is the outlet coming out of the heater core. If you decide to reverse flush the heater core, you would do it through that pipe. It's slightly smaller than the one on the right. Okay, I pushed a pair of clear plastic hoses over the pipes. Now we're going to flush the water through the hoses into the heater core using a garden hose. Have one end drain into a bucket and have the other end connected to the garden hose. What little coolant was left over inside the heater core drains into the bucket. When the water starts to run clear, you can let the hose drain onto the pavement. Meanwhile, water is circulating through the heater core, driving out rust and sediment. The core is located underneath the dashboard and it looks like a miniature radiator. An electric fan blows air over the surface of the core and this warms the inside of the car. This is the two pipes entering the firewall here. According to the Saturn diagram, the intake hose of the heater core connects to the intake manifold. The output hose curls around the right side of the engine, branches off to the coolant reservoir, and ends underneath the thermostat. We're finished flushing the heater core, and now I'm removing the hoses from the pipes. All the old coolant drained during the course of this project is going into milk jugs for recycling later on. Return the hoses to the pipes and slide the clamps back into place. We'll put the air duct back on, fill the coolant surge tank, and bleed the air out of the system. Getting the engine up to operating temperature allows the water pump to circulate the coolant through the whole system. Add more coolant to the reservoir as the coolant level drops.